Fighting the pandemic, managing debt, securing food and energy. For today's policymakers, promoting development sounds a lot like crisis management. But turning 60 can help you see the big picture, beyond the latest crisis. Where have we come from, and where can we go? This year, the OECD Development Center turns 60.
The Development Center was created soon after the OECD itself.
I propose further that the OECD establish a development center.
In the midst of the Cold War, and in time when many new nations were born, the center's founders recognized a crucial need. The OECD and its member countries needed a safe space to understand and build trust with other countries.
The center became an honest broker in times of momentous political and economic change. In the 1970s, when developing countries called for a greater say on the global economy, the center convened dialogue on critical issues like oil prices and international banking. In later decades, when many countries faced financial difficulties, the center organized discussions about structural adjustment and the liberalization of financial markets. In the 2000s, its work on shifting wealth helped understand the rise in economic power of non-OECD countries like China. It also began collaborating with regional organizations to help address the specific needs of countries across Africa, Asia, and Latin America and the Caribbean.
To support its dialogue, the center became a development pathfinder, sharing its policy expertise on how to help make development happen. In its early days, it worked on how countries could promote growth, trade, and industry. In the 1970s, it called on policymakers to pay closer attention to issues like agriculture, migration, gender equality, and social protection. Today, the center helps policymakers pursue development in all its dimensions, guiding them in designing strategies that reconcile economic, social, and environmental objectives.
In 60 years, we have seen crises come and go. Today, we must deal with the pandemic, with Russia's war on Ukraine, and with the climate crisis. Yet, we know that these crises can be overcome. We can share policy lessons and success stories. We can gather the best data and analysis. And we can collaborate across geographical and income divides. The OECD Development Center and its 53 member countries are ready. Strong, shared, green. This is development we can do together.